Yeah, well, I think that my position's crystal clear. I'm totally opposed to recreational marijuana. If the Omaha Tribe progresses to that extent, my view is really simple. There's not going to be Nebraskans going into the Omaha Tribe and buying recreational marijuana. We'll take whatever steps it is to keep our state in the values and keep that from happening. In terms of negotiation, I'm probably not into the mood of negotiation.
What are those steps? How would you enforce Nebraskans not being able to go onto the sovereign tribal land?
Yeah, you know, I'll let the Attorney General speak in the legal parts of it, but you know, we've had some early conversations. I'm not into speculation. If that time comes, we'll figure out the right way, and we'll obviously make sure we're doing it legally as well. Attorney.
Thanks, Governor. By the way, Andrew, I think I misspoke. I forgot about the Carhartt facility. We had a number of people at our press conference yesterday where I said this. Zach, you weren't there, unfortunately, but I'll maybe reset the table for those of you who weren't there yesterday. Because there's been some public reporting on the compact, I think has been a little not comprehensive enough to sort of, I think, describe what the facts on the ground are. These compacts between sovereigns, which it's the governor's ultimate decision, are arm's length negotiations that they can enter into or not enter into. And these contracts are entered into if they're good for both sovereigns. And what has been offered to the state of Nebraska from the Omaha Tribe is basically the following. We would like 90% of the tax revenue that you currently collect. We have zero entitlement to that, but we'd like to have 90%, so hundreds of thousands of dollars. Number two, we're actually not going to give you anything in exchange because in other cases, there's a lot of compliance benefits or things that the state of Nebraska gets. That's number two. And number three, actually, what we are going to do is we're going to set up a system, both medicinal and recreational, to the extent they sell to non-citizens, that actually violate Nebraska law. And whether something's on tribal land or not on tribal land, putting aside what they may or may not be able to do selling to tribal members, if you are not a licensed dispensary or cultivator, you cannot operate in the medical marijuana world under current state statute. So that would be a violation of state law. And you certainly cannot do a recreational. And so to me, and hopefully to any well-meaning Nebraskans who look at that type of negotiating posture, that we would like 90% of your money, and all you're going to get is we're going to flaunt the laws of your sovereign and make your life more difficult because now you have enforcement issues, to John's question. You've got all of the mental health fallout. I mean, by the way, the data on marijuana over the last year is coming in weekly on how bad it is. Whether you're smoking it or vaping it, the increase in psychosis, the increase in neonatal issues, the increase in cardiovascular issues, it is a significant issue that Nebraska now has to pick up the cost. So it's the governor's decision. We will respond in writing after consultation, which we've had consultations, in writing to the Omaha Tribe. I'm not going to do negotiations with them through the press, but I do think it's a helpful table setting exercise so people understand that what has been offered to the state of Nebraska is a bad deal.
And just to follow up on that, to clarify for Nebraskans who are looking at the Omaha Tribe as a potential way to medicinal marijuana, who are looking at Colorado or Missouri, I mean, is there a difference between Nebraskans potentially going to the tribe or going right now to Missouri or Colorado?
Anyone who tries to go to the tribal lands to buy marijuana for any purpose does so at their own peril, and I would highly discourage them from doing that.